What do you mean you failed the test? Nah, this is a bad accent. I don't know. Walking slowly. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's BlackMenVent. Yo, coming to you by way of intellectualradio.com. And make sure you check us out at BlackMenVent.com. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another magnificent show. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, introductions. We got Quest07 in the house. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. How's your week going?
Busy week.
You sleeping good?
Yep. Busy week this week. Another week down. You know, we're already in March, mid-March 2018, so it's going pretty fast.
Woo! Wow. It is.
Yeah.
Last month was January or something, wasn't it?
Yep. It'll be time to almost start Christmas shopping.
Jesus. Wow. Slow down.
Yep.
And to the right of me, we have the big booty daddy.
If you want to be down with the big booty daddy,
Just play it, man.
holla if you hear me.
A lot of people
Y'all
don't know where that's
from.
Nope. So, yo, without any further ado, let's get into a little bit of news, man.
Don't forget about Mr. Legend.
Oh, yeah.
Are you here?
The Soul Controller.
Are you here?
I don't know, man. I had a cup of coffee.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I was saying. We're gonna have a good show. And I am Mr. Legend. Thank you so much for coming tonight and listening to us. Tonight in the news. Trump Jr.'s wife files for divorce.
I ain't heard that one.
It's breaking news, man. Wow. They've been married since 2005.
Is that a first, or is it due to social media that we now get wind of this?
I can't reveal my sources because the commander-in-chief might come and find me. But well, the reason that she gave was that she hates politics.
I can understand that.
Basically, if you read between the lines here, she is saying that she mentioned that she received the envelope with some white powder in it. And
like,
she was
super serious?
Yeah, she was upset that it wasn't really coke. But no, man. Yeah, it's been all types of threats. I mean, the whole family is getting a lot of thrash back from America, and she is too. And this is her reason for not wanting to be married. A lot of close insiders said that it was coming for a while now. You know, so
it's I think this is this probably has been the first time in history where it's somebody quit. Was it 2 weeks ago?
everybody
Last week ago, something like that. It's just a lot of like 30 some odd people, man, quitting every 2 seconds now. You know, people, wives and girlfriends and husbands, everybody quitting.
I'm talking about the staff. Well, you know what?
No, I'm talking about the staff too. I'm just, now that the staff quit, Ivanka, she's
it's
been
only
keeping
a matter
herself.
of time,
She's
right?
been keeping herself distant. You don't see her with the orange dude, not too much, and she dang sure ain't holding his hand doing nothing. And
She didn't get in this game to be first lady.
and I'm pretty sure she told him like, "Hey, I ain't in it for this,"
Like she was like, I needed a sugar daddy. You made me the first lady. What's up with that? So Quest, what do you think, man? It's over. They've been married over 13 years. They have 2 kids.
This is Trump's
Son. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I really haven't followed the story, so I really can't say. I mean, it is like, wow, okay, this is the president's son. You're now the first family, and you want to divorce that.
I don't think we've ever had that before.
Never.
I can't imagine this sitting well, at least with her, because the powers that be, I'm sure they shame that type of stuff, like
messing up the church's
like
money.
I'm even amazed that it actually leaked. They usually keep stuff
too.
like this
on the
under wraps because it's a reflection
Oh yeah,
on the country. You know what I mean? It's like, really, that's what really first family going through a divorce? What? This is nonsense, man. But yet y'all running the country? How? So
You can't even run your own family
Why do you think Sarah Palin didn't get as far as she,
So
they get no further than what she did?
because she's stupid.
I mean,
So,
along the fact that she's stupid, but her daughter popped up, a little bit,
Oh,
loosely popped up, and they was like, oh no, we can't.
No, I
we
thought it
can't.
was because she had sex with a nigger.
It was that too.
Gary Payton, right? She banged him in
did
college.
she?
Yes.
Okay, I never heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. 10 years seems to be like the limit for marriage before you go in there and start the divorce. And they did it over
between 5 to
10 years is like some states, like after 10 years, like
10
alimony is guaranteed.
Yep, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Man, we were talking about this at work, and I'm like seriously had to think about it, man. I don't know if I can do it now.
Well, get married?
Yeah, I don't know if I can really do it.
Oh man, it's been done, son.
I mean, no matter, I don't care even how wonderful the individual may be. I'm not sure I can do it because it just ain't no benefit in it for me. Yeah, all I see is the smallest mistake I might make, or she may just get fed up, and then my life is over. Depending on how she feels at the moment.
Like new age men are really getting smart to the game, and that's something I wanted to talk about today in the show. Is this love really real? You know what I'm saying? But let's get done with the news. The deputy heralded as a hero in last month's school shooting. The video was released. They tried to make him a hero. I forgot his name, but they tried to make him a hero. But the video came out today of him hopping in the golf cart and jetting away.
Are you serious?
Yes. He tried to play it off and say, "Man, I thought the shots was coming from outside." It was like his deputy such and such outside of the school. And he radioed in like they shooting them out of here.
Did somebody record it from the phone or?
No, it was on the surveillance cameras.
Which one was that?
I don't know. They tried to say he was a hero.
No, I'm talking about which school shooting was that?
The one last month. It was
okay, yeah, because that's they wouldn't go. They wouldn't go in the building.
Right. They tried to play it off so bad.
These police officers that won't go in the building to help save some children.
That's supposed to be automatic, man.
Man, no guts, no glory is supposed to be, but
that is burned in the male psyche right there.
Like,
when things go down, we protect the women and children just automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Well, you have to nowadays.
Well, now I think about it like when I see a woman on the side of the road with a flat tire, I judge it.
Yeah. Well, that's what her husband is for.
No, I get that part, but the husband could be out of town, anything like that. But I judge it, sadly on the race.
Yeah, but still, if I'm out of town, somebody to take care. I mean, if you my wife,
everybody don't have siblings, but it's just a shame because I'll never forget this day. I was going in the gas station. Dude had baby in hand, diaper bag, all this stuff. And he holding the baby, like less than a year old, and he holds the door for this lady, and the lady just goes in. Her body don't touch that door at all.
She didn't hold the door for him
at all, and the door almost clipped the baby in the head. And dude,
oh man,
got as red as just a pepper. And I was like, "No, don't even." I said, "Just chill, man. Just don't."
Yeah. Well,
I think twice about helping women out because they not helping the chivalry part of life because they so busy trying to be men that they just they can't stay in their lane, and like it's a bad thing or something, like
to be a woman,
like to be a woman. I mean it's cool to stay in your lane and reap the rewards.
Yeah, I laugh when everybody even bring that topic up, chivalry. It's like whatever, man. Like I realize certain things that whenever you hear terms like that, it's usually somebody trying to get over. Somebody is just selfish.
I think that a lot of women allowed a lot of women to pervert chivalry. Like there are a lot of women who think it's funny to take advantage of chivalry and trick some man or something like that, and they think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So That's number one. What killed it. I mean, you can't go around treating everybody with chivalry because some people don't deserve it, man. You know.
Man.
Yep.
And those are the people that want it for everybody. And because other women didn't step up and say, "Hey, girl, you
Sorry.
don't do that. That's bogus," because you didn't do that, she ruined it for you now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I know you guys got the Amber Alert on your phone yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to
The dude and the two little girls and the baby mama. That one.
he just they said that the father kidnapped his children.
How is that possible?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna tell you how I heard it was possible. It's really ridiculous though. I mean, to have an Amber Alert out, this is reserved for um Chester the molester.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Emergencies.
No, but the baby mama dead.
Well, who is he kidnapping them from?
No, there's an Amber Alert out. They said he kidnapped. Yeah, but they basically looking for him to question him about her death.
Oh, I didn't know she was dead, man. I just heard on the news this morning that he was missing with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I've heard this situation before because the court order may say, you get visitation every other week and you got to bring them back at 8 o'clock. And I've seen some people call the police at 8:05.
Why would a good person, period, let alone a good mother, stand for that? Like, why would she want whoever dictating to the co-parent as far as when they can see their kid and when they can't? How is that good parenting? That in itself is bad parenting. To sit there and assist someone in telling your ex or significant other, whatever the case may be, how they can go about parenting their own children should be offensive.
Yeah.
It's like me and my wife or whatever. Somebody telling my wife how she should. What? You really think I'm gonna sit there and allow that, or vice versa? Like, how are they okay with that? And I'm pretty much at the point. Me, I'm just black and white when it comes to a lot of stuff. Like I've always said, any woman who runs to the system to sue the dad, that's all it is. It's a lawsuit. It's funny when they call it child support. It's a lawsuit. They don't care about their kids.
No,
they don't care about their kids.
No.
That's just where I'm at with it, because again, it's not like the system is here to help.
No, it ain't.
It's not.
It's the opposite.
It does not bring families together. It tears them apart.
And it
and they can't do it without you, lady.
And I don't care about these sob stories as far as why you feel like you have to go to whatever. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, then Hitler was cool for doing what he was doing.
Right. That's what I say that about everybody that has committed any type of atrocity toward anyone.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then okay, cool. And there should be no sad people on earth at all, and nobody should be traumatized or have PTSD or any of that stuff.
If that's the case, slavery was cool because
right.
They got a reason to do what they were doing back in the day.
And anybody can make an excuse,
so
and justify. That's how bad guys sleep good at night. I gotta kill out here so I can feed my family.
Right.
And then until the shoe was on the other foot, I've always said that that one video that we watched about, I think they was outside Cabrini, and this how we live out here, man. and I was like, yeah, that's how you live out till your mama catch a bullet, and then you sad and you crying and stuff. That ain't how you live. Yeah. If that's how you live, then you would chalk it up, and then that'll be that. And the same thing go with the how I feel about child support and all that stuff is. I mean, you have a child with somebody, and you so strong, handle your end of that. And then just let it alone. If the mother or the father or whoever it is absent, then they're just absent. That's their part of the deal, and then that's the end of that.
Did you guys watch Divorce Court yet on Netflix? Yeah, and that basically breaks it all down. What really blew me away about that is that there's nothing in the Constitution that governs family court.
Yep.
No, it governs them.
No, it's the judge. The judge makes the call. There's no law.
No. That's what I said. It benefits them.
Yeah.
The attorneys
the
and
oh
the
yeah, that's what it
that.
is. It's a menagerie of money making.
On the one part on there,
off of ripping people's family apart.
With
but It can't stop. It can't start without you, lady.
Right. And the one dude was in there on there talking about, having an attorney that knows whoever the judge is,
Yeah.
helping your case out that way.
It's
and all that stuff.
disgusting, man.
It's past the point of disgusting.
Yeah, it's not about right or wrong. And look, people know it's not about right or wrong anymore.
Yeah.
It's not
It's about money.
I'm just sick of hearing it. Like, you supposed to pay child, you a man, you supposed to take care of your kid.
If this was really legitimate in any nation, when you got family court Monday all week, every week, somebody should have been pulled a plug and said, look, if we sincerely have this many issues going on, we need to just scratch it, really figure out what the problem is. To me, that's no different than a war on drugs,
right?
Or guns. At this point, that's just where we are. And for any woman to run to the system, you're contributing to
the BS.
Like, that's just where we are. I mean, because that's I believe that's more severe now than the war on drugs or on guns.
I mean, because it's having a very big effect on
it's insane.
The next generations.
Dude,
it's insane.
For the life of me, I will never in my life understand how somebody on their own free will go down. I've been down to the child support office because they was trying to get me, and I was laughing at the sheriff dude, and he was like, "Man, we all got to pay." I said, "No, you got to pay because I'm not paying nothing." And you go down there, and as a dude,
cracking,
they won't help you with whatever that paper say. You got to figure it out. They ain't gonna tell you yes, no, maybe so, because it'll curve, the money part. They won't tell you. I can't do, and you be like, what? I don't understand though, but I can't tell you. And I'm like, why would you? That paperwork, oh my God, it's just stupid. I don't understand why you would go down there and do that.
Yeah, I know. I've
been in that line
to the courthouse a couple times, and I walk past it because we have.
No, not past this office.
Okay,
what I'm talking about
at the Daily Center.
No, that's what I'm talking about. You get not at the courtroom part. A separate area that you have to go upstairs.
Oh,
what your child support, all papers that have to be filed, you have to go up there. If you do not understand what is going on them papers, you're fresh out of luck.
But it's like
so it's like, it's like they want you to fail.
Yeah.
Fill out the paperwork wrong, so you're gonna pay somebody.
Yeah.
And I went to court for 15 minutes. I paid $2,200 to go to court for 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
15 minutes. If they drop it. Yeah. I'm like,
they said drop it.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah. That's all the conversation. The judge was talking to the stage people, and he was and drop it. I was like, what? 15 minutes, $2,200 for 15 minutes. I'm like, man, come on, man.
Yeah, there is no constitution for family court. So the divorce, the custody cases, which we found the children are given to the mother 97% of the time, when I guess in very, 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 very extreme cases, they give them to the father or somebody else. But 97%, where are the feminists on this with the equal rights? That's not gender equality right there.
Right.
We've heard judges say, hey, the kids belong with their mother. Like, that is flat out gender discrimination.
That is evil.
That's some evil shit.
That's satanic.
But, here's the reason why. Because of the money, man. They know that the more cases that they close, and they don't care about nobody's family, man. They trying to get paid. The more cases that they close in family court, the more kickbacks they get.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to sit up there. You think that they would deliberate and say, the judge would be like, okay, the mother got 3 felonies, the daddy only got 2. Okay, the kids go with the daddy. They don't care.
No.
The mother can have 3 felonies, the daddy can have none.
They bank on that, man. They bank on it because they know these kids are going to be bad as heck. They got the science on this already.
Yeah.
They know majority of these children that are menaces are due to single parent homes.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're going to be right back in court 15 to 20 years later, and they're going to get to lock them up in jail.
Yeah, and be in there making these tables and
get
hardwood floors and all that stuff.
And put them right back in the system. They already know this, and the women fall right into the trap.
They like the gas to it.
Yep.
Like, because if you don't go file them papers, then they can't really get started on you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, MGTOW, BMV, all the people in the manosphere are saying that basically the government, you know, like back in the day, like females, or you would get married and you would take care of your wife and your family. Okay. And they're saying that the government has removed you from the family, yet they still get your income.
Right.
So you're not in the house to protect your own home and raise your own children,
But you got to pay for it.
but you still gonna pay somebody something.
Yep.
And that's what I was getting to earlier. What a lot of guys are waking up to marriage because it doesn't look like it pays off for the man at all.
Nope.
There's nothing. Like we always said that if you get married, the best thing that a man can get out of marriage is a great wife.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. If she's not that, you're in a
Forget
whole lot of trouble.
Forget the
What are you doing?
house, forget the cars, forget anything that
You
you
messed up
accumulate.
real
You messed
bad.
up,
It's a lot of brothers shaking their head
It can
all types of
all
ways
get
right
taken
now.
And it's
away.
really that simple, Legend.
Yeah.
Anything besides you getting a great wife, what are you doing?
And I ask females sometimes, like, what do you like? Okay, a man standing by a woman is security, because what did we talk about earlier? What it's hardwired into our brain, protect women and children if anything pops off.
Yeah.
Okay. If we run, we're what? We're the deputy. We're a coward. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just a woman, we don't even have to know you. And you stand in a place, something pop off, we're gonna put an arm by you, tell you to get down. Remember when I was at the hacienda and I say them two fine chicks
I remember
when they started shooting, you know what I'm saying? Shoes
that.
still red. But anyway, to be serious, man, you know, okay, you got that. Then, you know, there are the resources that she can extract from you. But then when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? It is discriminatory to expect her to do gender roles such as cooking and cleaning. That's degrading. That's slavery. She can do what she wants, but it doesn't contribute to the family. I was just thinking this morning, man. A lot of females are like, you know, I got a job, I got a degree, and I'm like, that's good for you. You make money. You gonna give me some? No, that's out of the question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what exactly do you bring to the table? They just got magical stuff, support, love, and
And even still with that, like the Patrice O'Neal on the stand up, you know, if you take vagina out of the deal, what do you have? And then all of the women that did respond
they
in the
got
audience,
quiet.
they start referring to oral compensation and the
Prostitution,
backdoor stuff.
Yeah.
And Patrice O'Neal was like, oh yeah, you all have basically just summed yourselves up to be, you know, some type of whore.
They just kept it real.
No. I appreciate them keeping it real. It ain't nothing like us three, you know, sitting here don't know, but
Right.
you know, there's a lot of men out here don't know that a bunch of them ain't got nothing to offer. If you take that out of there, they have been taught to use this as a tool.
Yep.
And
Manipulation.
all that,
etc.
and you know, this can go off into a deeper conversation, but they just been, you know, taught that, and they use it. Yeah, you don't see all these half naked or naked women all over the gram because they like feeling cold breezes come across their skin. I mean, you know, they thirst trapping because it's dudes out here that's paying their bread because they were raised by a woman to accept, like, it's a dude at work. I'm like, dude, I understand how you was raised, and nowadays most little boys are raised to make sure you make a lot of money, and only for one reason, is to give it to that lady and take care of that lady.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
And
when a woman makes a lot of money, she's independent. She don't need a man.
Right. And I just had finished explaining this to somebody the other day, a female. I'm interested in you. We go out. I'm not going to constantly keep spending my money so I can be broke if this falls apart. I just don't, you know, I don't care how old school you was raised. Society has been curved by feminism and the powers that be. You can't, unless you are a quadruplinaire or something like that. Regular society cannot function. Me taking care of you, and then that's it. And I spend my money, and that's it.
Yeah, and I remember reading. If you guys haven't read The Manipulated Man, yeah, you need to do it. Because in that book, She is written by a woman. she is saying, I don't know what men are doing. You have so much potential, and you could do anything in the world. You're sending people to the moon. You're doing this and doing that. Why are you dedicating your life to giving everything
Booty.
to this woman over here who really does not contribute to society like we do? Okay, they're not building bridges. They're not rescuing people in fiery houses. They're not in the Caspian Sea, freezing their genitals off, catching crabs so we can sit down and have a good red lobster. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I was saying. A lot of guys are waking up. They're like, but she says that the guys who notice that, um, who are bachelors, having a great time with their life, traveling the world, doing whatever they want. Society looks down on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're like scumbags. Like, and you also, I know you guys have heard it when you talk to somebody's grandma or something like that, and they ask you why you ain't married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
happens to me. I more times than I can count. Some of the older folk. Oh, you're such a nice guy, and why aren't you not married? My grandmother, she be like, I ain't gonna be here too much longer. I'm like, and my grandmother don't go outside other than to go to the doctor. And I have to tell her, I'm like, the pickings ain't really. And she be like, I know. And just from her going to the doctor, how she know? She don't go to bingo. She barely can make it to church, which is right next door to where she lives. So I mean, less than 50 yards. So she don't have to go that far. But how does she know? And she in the house because from her ailments, she's in the house. But how does she know that the pickings are slim? It's bananas.
Yeah, and I said it before. I mean, everyone has their perspective. Every man, every woman has their ideal about it. So beyond the perspectives, the fact is, you could take an average 15-year-old woman and she knows she's at an advantage when it comes to
Yeah.
the man.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fact.
Yeah, they learn early.
Legally,
why,
economically, they're at an advantage. So whenever you have a society, a nation like this, where one side is clearly at an advantage than the other, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
What good can come from it?
Yeah.
So it's like at this point, to hear people talking about dating, all these cliches, it's just a joke at this point. You may as well just wave your hand and walk away from it, because it's like, whatever. All of this is just a bunch of crap. Everybody is trying to sound educated, trying to sound intelligent.
That's why I hate that politically
it's like,
correct talk.
Yeah, it's like, bottom line, y'all at an advantage. Clearly.
So let me ask you guys this. Okay, you're single, I'm single. Common sense is single too. Okay. So this week we found out that Common and Angela Rye have split up, and she says we will always be friends. I want to ask. Okay, Common is way more successful than us. I mean, a successful rap career, acting career. I mean, he's up at the awards clapping for the hashtag Me Too. Yeah, yeah, woman, yeah, woman. How come?
You heard that song, right?
No.
I'm gonna send it to you.
How come he's single? Seems like a great, successful man to me, but he couldn't keep Serena Williams. What's that? Serena Williams.
Serena?
Yeah, she went to the white man and got knocked up.
That ain't gonna last that long.
Oh, we gonna see. But then he was with Erykah Badu.
We already know what that's about.
And
can't nobody survive that area that lady got.
but here's the thing, man. One of Common's lyrics was, "I breathe heavy. I see downtown. I see interracial lovers hold hands. I breathe heavy with a cold can, an old style, hold a stone iron profile." You know what I'm saying? Saying that he don't like seeing interracial relationships, but yet we see this very successful man in movies and music and all types of things.
And he's pro-woman.
And he can't seem to do it. That makes me feel really vindicated.
Yeah.
Like, because if he can't make it,
that's how I look at it a lot. And it's and people don't get nothing wrong, get nothing twisted about being pro anything. If you pro anything, okay, that's good. But if the majority of whatever it is that you are supporting is just tainted and super bad and just ain't no good. You got to kind of start leave it alone and let it burn down before they get it. You have to concentrate. You can't lose the people that's willing to trying to get it right by trying to fix the people that's just doing it completely wrong. You can't lose them people, because them people that's trying to get it right gonna turn into the people that you're helping, the wrong people. So you got to put that concentration on. And there's a bunch of dudes out here that be with them koofy dudes that be on that mess. Dude, go wherever your love lies at, go get that. I don't care what color it is. Don't care. But if it's a group of people, women or whatever, just acting a plum fool over here, stray away from them. It's just like a bully situation. If you keep entertaining it, it's gonna keep on happening. So I get in conversations all the time. I got what did I get called on online the other day? I got called some racial slur because I was supporting. I would just made a comment. I wanted about white women. It turned into some other thing, and
they called you a coon.
No, they called me something else. I was laughing. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously? Because it doesn't, the queen and all this mother love and earth and all of this thing.
It was a black person that called you something racial?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we got to talk about that. That is the most hypocritical. And it usually be the koofy dude.
But see, and then, no, it was the woman whose page it was. And all of this so-called positivity that they're trying to get out there, and the black, the same like when the Black Panther thing happened, all these people got up and had on garb and hair and all this stuff, not trying to really understand that this is a Marvel comic that has nothing to do with the movement.
Right.
Has nothing at all to do with the movement. And I understand, that a lot of us, we are super lost. And our history has been stolen from us. But you got to open your eyes a little bit more, because what you see is not exactly what is going on, so don't take it for face value, pause for a second, and
I mean, in all honesty, man, there is no movement,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
they can call it that.
It ain't gonna do nothing.
There's no movement.
Ain't gonna do
all
nothing.
this, people don't realize, and all this situational crap, this is where it gets you, like all this segregation as far as gender. We're now the black race. There is no black race anymore. People who still talk about the black race at this point, they're just delusional, because we're made up of black men, black women. Black women been screaming they independent forever and a day. That was the end of the black race right there. So all of this segregation is no different than we're fighting the same fight, black men against black women, that we were fighting against the KKK.
Yeah.
It's worse, because the KKK wasn't coming in the crib taking the kids.
Right.
Black women are doing that and getting us, but everything else is identical, getting us thrown in jail, defamation of character, slander, everything else identical. We're fighting the same fight against our own women now. They're our biggest enemy. You know what I'm saying? And however you want to look at it, numbers don't lie. Every day it's another example of exactly what I'm saying right now. And people, I sit back and I watch people like, okay, you say you hate these group of people, whether they're white supremacists, et cetera, for doing the same exact thing that your own woman is doing. So I just sit back and watch people. I'm like, you're not real about it, because you got two people attacking you in the same fashion, but you just single one out and just let the other one continue to do what they do.
Right.
And they let black women get away with murder. You know what I mean? So it's like, I have yet to see some mythical, mysterious white man that they keep claiming come into somebody's house and snatch their kids.
Right.
They say, if you don't pay me every month, then I'm gonna throw you in jail.
I mean, a lot of people are, don't like the man or the white man, or blame the white man, because
excuse me for a second.
they don't have anything to blame their failures on. And a lot of us have not been shown the way to success. So a lot of people just blame it on the system or whatever. One thing they did say in that movie, Black Panther, we're talking about, is the bad guy protagonist. He said, you gotta learn how to play their game. And I was like, whoa, that went over everybody.
Yeah, there were a lot of key points, a lot of subliminal messages in the movie, but I don't know, man. Like when you get to a certain point and you're able to draw certain conclusions based on where you are. You know, like, and none of the conclusions are good
Yeah.
as far as the direction we're headed. None of them, and it doesn't really matter what direction we go in because none of them are good. You're going to get the same regardless. Take right, take left, go up the middle, down, up. Same deal.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And people are so fixated on wordplay, labeling, generalizing. None of it matters because when it's all said and done, we're going to end up in the same conclusion anyway. I don't care what you call it. You know, people have this ideology now. Like, if, for an example, if you call AIDS cotton candy, it's going to affect you different.
Yeah, boom.
No, it's going to affect you the same way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, the truth doesn't care about how you feel. It doesn't care about your perspective, how you were raised, what you mean by this. It doesn't care. It's unforgiving to all of that. So for people to continue doing what they're doing, you know, for people to continue with this same narrative, these same cliches, and it's like, okay, you look at the track record, what have we gained?
We're losing a lot, man.
Yeah, nothing. So
I mean, if you look at, I was talking about the hip hop culture earlier compared to, you know, back in the 80s or even the 90s, how we totally flipped.
Yep.
How now drugs is cool. Back then it was like, leave the guns and the drugs alone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we was like, yeah, and they was cool saying that. They told us that we was heading for self-destruction if we mess with these certain vices, and we went straight for it.
It's funny you say that. Your man K Solo, you know, legend like K
Oh
Solo.
yeah,
that be a father to your child. Cut.
yeah. That was Ed OG and the Bulldogs.
Was that there?
Yeah.
What is the one K Solo did?
I don't know. He did Your Mom's in My Business and Spellbound. I don't remember no other.
Nah, he did another cut, but I was trying to explain that because you know the 21 Savage, he had made a comment to, you know, some of the older heads talking about they hating and all of this stuff about, you know, their success, and it ain't that. I've always said that men, whether they call women bees and hoes or whatever, men have, and wherever in their eyes they have always I don't know, uplifted women, you know, in some type of, you know, beautiful way or whatever. But you got the to the lefts and put a ring on it, and all the other man hating songs and all of that stuff. But 21 Savage made the comment about it, you know, the hating and all of that stuff, and y'all did drugs too and all that stuff. But the difference is when you got to understand hip hop culture. It's a culture. It ain't something to do. It's a culture. It's a shame that everything that we created, and stop thinking about it as black folks, because it was essays, you know, Puerto Ricans and all type of stuff in the culture, you know, too. And you know, they made this culture. It's in Europe now. It's all over the country, other than where it came from.
Korea, Japan,
It's
and they tearing it up
everywhere. I've seen. I don't know if I sent it to y'all, but it's these dudes over in the UK. They got some crip walking that's absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah, I saw it too.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Why is all of this culture? Why do they understand it? Why are they loving it the way we should be loving it? And this dude, we sit up here arguing with this dude, 21 Savage, talking about, yeah, y'all did drugs too. Yeah, we did drugs and we sold the drugs too. But the problem, the difference is, and the music was, they told you the bad part about doing it and selling the drugs and feeling bad that I sold crack to my homie moms, and the result of it was a crack baby and all that stuff. You know, y'all just telling these kids out here to turn up.
Yeah, and it was crack was always bad, and that was basically the Chronic was like the pinnacle of 90s drug use. I don't remember too much else being said. I'm pretty sure there was other stuff being done behind the scenes.
Even so, you know, you had certain groups that were talking that talk, and you had other groups that were the opposite of that, you know. But one thing men have always done, as far as not only for women but also for the community, is take initiative. You know, we've always stepped up and let our actions follow what we say. We've always taken initiative. So that pretty much separates us from them, you know. But when you have the other side that doesn't take initiative, but they will put their energy and effort into coming up reasons to justify why they won't and why they shouldn't, where does that leave you? You know, when you're in a boat, both paddles have to row.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you just go in the
Right.
circle.
You going in a circle.
You know, so, and that's pretty much where we've been forever and a day. We're just going around in a circle, because whenever we step up and say, hey, here's what the problem is, they rebel, you know, and they come up with
all types.
something that
There's
has
people.
nothing to do
They
with
gotta take
nothing.
blame. If the blame come down, then
I noticed that a lot of people will fight tooth and nail to preserve their ignorance.
Yep.
A lot of people like the way things are going now.
Yep.
Even though it's not really good for us on a whole, they don't want anything to change. So when they see us talking about change, when they see us challenging their beliefs
They're ready to fight.
with the truth, yes, they will fight. They will start
kill
calling you
throw you in
names.
jail.
They will start calling you names. They will, you know, that's why I asked, was it a black person that called you a racial epithet?
Yeah.
Because usually when you say something that one of these goofy dudes don't agree with, if it's not 100% pro-black, then they're gonna call you a coon or something. And I tried to say that on Facebook a couple of times. I said, I don't want to see nobody calling nobody that. How are you gonna take another racial epithet that was used to oppress us and take that and use it on your brother so easily and be cool with that?
Yep.
This is the stupidest thing.
And-
as soon as somebody say that, I'll be like, man,
Yeah, it's lack of intelligence.
Yeah, and my thing is, I don't understand this. I don't wanna call it debating, maybe possibly, you know, same thing that the people that control everything do. Hopefully I guess, I don't know the women. I don't think you're not gonna see the benefits of your wrongdoings. There's no benefit in fighting this pointless fight. Is head nowhere. I mean, you're supposed to be trying to better yourself, and that's not talking about, because y'all see all over the internet, females be talking about getting the bag and all. If you ain't talking about no money, don't talk to me, and get the bag and then the bag and the bag. And, you know, that's all they talk about.
I mean, their egos mean that much to them that they are willing to risk everything of real value to stroke their own ego.
But somebody need to explain it to them, and that's why I am here.
They don't get it.
Explain it to them. Like, it's like, you can't, when you're sick, cancer or whatever else somebody mystically made up or whatever for you to get, or somebody using you as a test subject or whatever. I mean, think about history. They didn't just stop because evolution started. Come on now.
Yeah.
They ain't stopped doing tests on they did the test on Tuskegee Airmen and whatever. You think they still ain't doing that stuff?
Right.
You think they still ain't, trying stuff out to see if stuff will fail or whatever?
It just come out in the news. First clone monkey. Oh, I wonder what's next.
And then all that stuff that wash up off the Hudson, from that island over there where they do the cloning at.
Montauk
Point.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all have to understand that at some point in time, somebody gonna suffer, whether you skip past it and you don't get to reap the suffering of it. Your children gonna suffer.
Yeah.
I mean, and your children's children is going to suffer.
I don't think they're capable.
I understand at this point, the discussion is over with about all of it. I mean, we've stopped supporting and progressing humanity, and now it's just all about supporting women
and gay people.
I'm being honest. It's just
for real. And gay people.
Women.
There's enough gay people to support gay people.
It's all segregation.
Everybody else is just.
And
all we did was redirect the fight.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this, and and tonight I'm going to say this too. It's tonight because the LBGYN community. I hope I said that right.
Nah. They added some letters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't even know what letters. They added a Q. I don't know.
I ain't never seen a group of people that's trying to get treated like they normal, but could behave the complete opposite. Yeah. I don't understand all this benefits. Y'all trying to get treated like y'all some type of alien. If you want to be treated like you regular, behave regular, because ain't no straight pride parade.
You know what? Good point, Big Country, but here's where I'm at with it. They can have it. Give the people who get it, give them an option. Give them an option to say, hey, you know what? Y'all can have this. We don't want to have to deal with it at all. Just put us somewhere. Y'all can have your own. We can have our own. That's just where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Because we're never going to get anywhere, because they don't care about logic, facts, what works, what doesn't. All they know is how they feel, their pride, their ego.
Mhm.
Cool, y'all can have it, because the debate, the discussion is up. Like, really, how you can only talk about something for so long, and
Mhm.
the clock reads 000. The fat lady has already sung. The nail is in the coffin. Whatever cliche you want, the debate, the discussion is already over with. It's over with. People are delusional if they believe, especially in the Black community, that we're going to come to a table, sit down in a discussion, and come up with a solution to where something is going to change. Man, please.
But how can you do that?
The legend. The only way things will change, all of our hands will have to be forced. Something so devastating would have to, millions of people would have to die, like due to whatever the case may be. It would take something so devastating, so tragic to take place. We would have to be forced. We would have to be forced into working with each other.
But see,
and doing it right.
But
You know
see,
what I mean?
I think if the I'm not trying to put nothing in nobody's brain, but I think if the government were removed, then I think a lot of people will start acting appropriate.
No, but see,
a lot of people depend on the Romans to enforce their hand. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if the Romans weren't there to be manipulated, or the system was there to control and make people do things, I think a lot of people would fall back.
Right. And my thing is, whether people that's out here that believe it's the system that's in control of stuff, or they believe it's Mother Nature, it's examples out here that's given all the time, between the earthquakes, the wildfires, the monsoons that tear up, just so happen to tear up all the super gay populated areas. You know, it's things that happen on often every year, almost every day, that to try to get you all to get it, but you don't get it. It's super funny. I don't understand why it is that you don't understand. If, like, Black people don't understand, as powerful as Black people are, we are small compared to society. You know, what do we make up? 3 billion?
No,
or less than that.
300 million.
So it's something like that.
So they tell us, man.
Yeah, so they tell us, you know, and then, you know, they trying to, you know, kill everybody off and make people, you know, sterile and whatever the case may be, so they can control their agenda or whatever the case may be. But it just blows my mind that all of this stuff go on, and you'll kill some Black dude to kill 40 million kids in the hood. But you look on the TV when all this mess is going on, like the rally I seen earlier about the school shooting, it's 98% of them people out there white fighting this fight. Y'all can shoot a kid, but you can't fight this fight, this other fight. I'm like, y'all got to start paying attention to this delusional crap that y'all been fed since y'all was little.
Yeah, it'll never change, because most of these, you know, kids, there's no self-value or self-worth instilled into them.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, from being brought up in a single parent home. I mean, you have a lot of women complain about men, you know, doing whatever they do. And I'm like, well, women are the stewards of the children. You're complaining about your own product. This is a product that you raised. You know, your kid is an example of you and the person who raised them. But I can't reiterate enough, and the debate, the discussion is over with. At this point, it's a laughing matter to see people coming together trying to sound intelligent about talking about the whole community. I just
sound ignorant to me, because I laugh at it.
They're not in touch with what's really going on.
Because here's the bottom line,
right?
It. And here's why I say it's a wrap completely. If God appeared to planet Earth right now and told everybody the truth, people would still question that. So when you have women say, I want somebody who's honest, or okay, if somebody gave you honesty, you wouldn't know the difference. So why are you asking for something that you wouldn't be able to differentiate one from the other? So it's a wrap, man, because people have no clue. Everything is subjective. Even if you say something as simple as 1 + 1 = 2, somebody's going to try to discredit it because they don't like what's being said. So people are delusional at this point to believe that something could change from a discussion or from talking about it. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing with me, man, that I realized that it was done when if we came to the table and to talk about a problem, we all have to agree that there's a problem.
Yep.
Right.
If we can't all agree that there's a problem, then we can't come up with a solution for the problem. But here's where we're stuck at. These over here don't see no problem what's going on. They think they winning, but we're losing as a nation.
And that's okay, because here at BMV, this is now about creating a beacon for the people who get it, or for the people who can at least honor the fact that, look, it's something wrong and something need to change. So this is like a beacon for those people. Be a man or woman to say, hey, here we are over here.
We're not trying to
come group with us. You know,
we're not trying to convince nobody.
Nope, we're not trying to convince anybody.
It's a waste of time.
Not at all.
You're free to think what you want to think.
I mean, we come 50 million different ways at it, full of truth bombs and, you know, irrefutable facts that prove our point, and people still discredit it and don't want it. So it's pretty obvious that they don't want to understand. They want to defend their ignorance,
discredit it, and do not offer any type. And I encourage, and we all encourage it here, to offer any type of enlightenment on anything that we say. Or don't just come and be like, no, y'all wrong, and then that's the end of it. But why?
Yeah, I'm not interested.
But you know, there's a reason for the abundance of little gay boys and all this stuff. People, no, it's hereditary. No, it's not. You can't. Nobody can sit up here and tell me all these gay people walking around here, and you got a man and a woman.
You know,
if oil and water don't mix, how you gonna sit up here and tell me a man and a woman ain't supposed to be together?
Pretty slow, because now pedophiles are saying that it's hereditary.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? You can say everything and get your pass.
And
as long as you got.
That's what I said earlier. When you open up this door to all this situational rationalizing, justifying, you have to do it for everything.
Right.
You don't get to pick and choose what you want to be situational about and what you don't, from opening up this box. You know what I mean? So you can't do that. It's no different than people saying, well, gay people are cool, I support the gay pride, but you look at transgenders like they're weird.
Yeah.
How do you do that? And now you got a problem with gay and transgender bathrooms. How? If you're cool with it, you cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, make up your mind. Like, I don't like all this gender segregation and division. To me, is just like Twilight Zone type. None of it makes any sense. I mean, it's like now when you think of cancer, you think of breast cancer. It's like, how is breast cancer more prevalent than cancer?
Prostate
cancer.
Just
help people with cancer.
I was about to straight up say that, because again, nobody talks about
everything is just pro woman. You know, now when you hear domestic violence,
you think about a woman.
You just think of some man beating the crap out of a woman. But I'm like, why is this the narrative when you got so many murders in Chicago every year? People out here losing their lives. You know what I'm saying? But yet the narrative is domestic violence against women. Look, if people need help, help them. The funniest thing in the world is to sit here and watch or listen to any female come to us as black men and talk about equal rights. Exactly. You see how we all laugh? Because it's a joke. It's like, look, I would love to trade places with you.
For real.
Let's do it.
For real.
Please, come on, let's do it right. Trade.
How arrogant can you be when you sit up here saying, oh, it's hard being a woman, when you
ain't
don't
gotta do nothing.
Wait a minute. Do you have to worry about today could be your last day?
Going to work?
Like when the police pass you, are you like, man, I can have 5 minutes and 37 seconds left on this earth?
For real.
Do you live with that struggle every day? Do you wonder, like, when you don't get an opportunity, is it actually because you're not good enough, or is it because of the color of your skin? You can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even, you know, they chip in with it. Like, it's fun to down up, like, that's why you ain't got no job, you broke out. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you hear the KK over here, they ain't never got no job, they making babies, they don't never take care of them. Then you hear over here, you a deadbeat daddy. You know, we get it from all angles.
Same thing.
And we still make it look cool. You know what I'm saying? People still envy us. We still coming up with culture that people, I don't know. I just wish that our own team would get it together, because I see all these other teams and how they do it, and I just start daydreaming, like, what if we can get it together like that?
There's a price for everything, and when you decide to live by the truth, the price you pay is you become alienated.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You cannot socialize with everybody, because you see they'll never get it, and all you can do is just waste your time and take away from yourself from somebody who will never get it anyway. So.
We have to gather together, people that understand. We have to gather together and talk amongst ourselves and figure things out.
That's why I say
entertaining these other people is a waste of time.
Let them have it. So for all the men out there that's listening, seriously, if you dealing with a chick and she hits you with that, I'm always going to I'm traditional. Get out of there. Immediately, because she's telling you right now that I'm selfish. Because saying that is not saying anything at all. Because if you ask 20 people what traditional old school is, you're going to get 20 different answers. Everyone has their own idea of what that means. You know what I'm saying? So all these cliches and stuff like that, like I just got done with it a long time ago because I realized that it doesn't mean really anything. You know what I'm saying? And there's no great track record behind it that's beneficial, that's helping anybody. It's just a bunch of people talking and trying to sound like they something. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like here at BMV, like I say, if you get it or if you understand it, at least that there's something going on and something needs to change, then BMV Black Men Vent is a beacon for that.
Yeah. And make sure that you like us on Facebook. Tell everybody about us on Facebook. If you like to see more material, about 10 years worth of material, go to BlackMenVent.com. And we're thinking about bringing the old podcast back. Just make it available. So hit us up if you want to get with that. All right. And also like us on Twitter, BlackMenVent. All right. And just to wrap it up, one word.
Speak your mind.
Ice Cube, married. Dr. Dre, married. Snoop Dogg, married. E40, married. Bun B, married. And they all referred to women as B's and H's. That was by Verbal Kent. And at the bottom of the list, it says common sense, not married.
Yeah, man, trying to be one of them goofy dudes, man. Hey, check it. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Don't be scared to speak your mind. Speak your mind.
All right, this is BMV signing out. Intellectualradio.com. We'll holler next week.
Back to all the women.